Hello everyone! After the recent Zack Snyder Justice League content and going over my top 10 favorite Marvel Comics superheroes, I thought I would share with you all my top 10 favorite DC Comics superheroes. Not counting movies or television, but strictly superheroes from the comics that are my favorites. Here we go. Starting the list at number 10 is Zentana, Mistress of Magic. You know, Zatara is her father. I love her. Her spells are said backwards, and she is one of the most underrated female heroines of the DC Comics universe. I love her in Justice League Dark, with Constantine and Swamp Thing. Overall, I cannot wait to see what they do in live action. I thought Serena Swan did a fantastic job on Smallville, but she is one of my favorite DC comic superheroines, and yeah, it's such a different type of superhero, really. It's a magician with real magic, and I love that side of DC Comics. You have like the alien tech, you have the grounded stories, you have people from other worlds, but when you start delving into the supernatural and like magic, that gets very interesting, and Zentana is front and center in that universe and among one of my favorites. After that, at number 9 is The Question. This is a very film noir type of character, a throwback to the age of The Shadow and Dick Tracy. I love how he's a detective who pretty much ends up in an accident that causes his face to be removed completely. You can definitely tell the influence he had on the character of Rorschach in Watchmen. Overall, there's different incarnations. Even Renee Montoya becomes a version of The Question later on. He is one of my favorite characters, just the whole mystique around his appearance, the hat, and just the film noir detective element. I really enjoy that in the comics, and I feel like that's an underrated solo outing in the DC universe that has yet to be explored on film or even television. After that, at number 8 is Green Arrow, the Emerald Archer himself, Oliver Queen. He's pretty much like Robin Hood and Batman put together. I love his origin. Him losing his parents, going on the Queen's Gambit and ending up on an island, training. I love his villains, the Dark Archer with Merlin. Deathstroke he faces against sometimes, among many, many other villains. I love his sidekicks with Arsenal, Speedy. Overall, Arrow is a very grounded superhero, and even to the 80s with drug use and Speedy, that was such a crazy storyline onto now. And of course, he did have an Errol Flynn vibe, boxing glove Arrow, but now in the comics with his hoodie, after the Arrow show on CW, he's a bit more of a gritty superhero, and I love it because he's one of the few people to hurt Superman. He shot that kryptonite arrow at him in Dark Knight Returns. I absolutely love the character. He's pretty much a modern embodiment of Robin Hood. After that, at number 7 is Martian Manhunter. John Jones is one of my favorite characters from the Justice League. And yeah, he's a Martian, the last of his kind. The white Martians eradicated his race. He's one of the few people to see Superman as a baby in one comic incarnation. He loves Oreos. Who doesn't love Oreos? I love his character, his supernatural abilities, shape-shifting, going invisible, going through people. And I also love him being a detective sometimes in certain incarnations. That is such a cool aspect from a superhero and an alien. And let's face it, after Superman, I love seeing how the world would react to aliens if we had a Superman around, and DC Comics represents that with many heroes, including the Martian Manhunter. I think he is a heart and soul of the Justice League, and he is a severely, severely underrated character, and I absolutely love him. He's one of my all-time favorites. After that, at number 6 is Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate is a cool being. That helmet allows whoever embodies it to basically see everything, past, present, and future, interfere with different things. And I absolutely love the story behind that. He has such an amazing origin story, and I thought Oded Fehr did a fantastic job in the Justice League cartoon. I loved him on Smallville. Dr. Fate is a cool character. Kind of want to play some Injustice 2 now, but he is definitely among one of my favorite characters that just transcends space and time within the universe. After that, at number 5, I have 2 heroes tied, one being Green Lantern, more specifically, the John Stewart Green Lantern. I love his background, being a police officer before having the ring. He protected people before being Green Lantern, and he was the first Green Lantern I got introduced to. I actually did not know who Hal Jordan was or Kyle Rayner till later. He was the one that I really admired and followed and resonated with when I first read the comics and saw him on the Justice League cartoons. I absolutely love his Green Lantern. And I think for people my age, he is our Green Lantern for our generation. And I love the whole mythos behind the Green Lantern about the power of will, the willpower of people overcoming fear. And that's such an interesting aspect with green and yellow. Overall, the Green Lantern Corps has such an amazing mythos that I can't wait to see explored in the HBO Max show. In addition to Green Lantern, I also love The Flash, Barry Allen. The incarnation that the CW show went through, basically New 52 onward, where he's a CSI kind of like forensic specialist, and his mother was murdered. Basically post Flashpoint, really. His mother was murdered, and the Reverse Flash did it, but his father was thought to be guilty, and he's trying to prove his father's innocence. I just love that whole arc. I loved Barry Allen before. He always had all the quips. He was always funny, very fast, but that storyline really added an interesting element for the 21st century with Barry Allen Flash, and I'm glad that the first season of the CW show explored that, and I hope the movie explores that with Ezra Miller and Flashpoint. Overall, The Flash is just cool. I mean, who wouldn't want to run fast, speed punch people, go through walls? Gosh, The Flash is just awesome. After that, at number 4 is Nightwing. That's Dick Grayson. I love Robin, but he really came into his own when he moved to Bloodhaven, was a police officer, and then also a vigilante known as Nightwing. I love that blue design. Man, Dick Grayson is my favorite Robin, but he is just amazing as Nightwing. He's pretty much Batman, but without all the baggage from his trauma. He really got over it. He really became his own hero, his own man, and really went on his own journey. I love him fighting against Blockbuster, seeing all the police partners, seeing how he juggles being a police officer and then fighting as Nightwing. That is such an interesting avenue that hasn't really been explored fully. They kind of went over a little bit in Titans, but not enough. Overall, Nightwing and Dick Grayson is just one of my favorite superheroes. A sidekick that turned out to be a hero on his own. After that, you know what it's going to be. The Holy Trinity. Starting at number 3 is Wonder Woman. I love Diana, Princess of Themyscira. Such a cool plot line. Whether she's born naturally or made from clay, she's the offspring of Zeus. She has the power of the gods. She's a goddess. She is a Wonder Woman. And I absolutely love her. Like, the comics, Wonder Woman is the ultimate female hero. She really is. And even with the dry spells, different incarnations in media really helped elevate the character and show us why she is so important as a hero, what makes her so relevant, what makes her so wonderful, to say the least. What can I say, man? That's pretty much a female Superman. She is the ultimate heroine. After that is Superman. Superman is the ultimate superhero. Without Superman, we would not have the modern superheroes on any company, whether it's DC, Marvel, Dark Horse, Image. Superman is a template that started it all. From Ubermensch, the quote of being a Superman. I love that. I love the background of his creators, what they thought of when they created him as the embodiment of everything good, the promise of America, of truth, justice, and the American way. And also, the hero became something bigger, became more of a global hero, something for humanity, for us humans to look up to, an ideal to strive towards. And yeah, what can I say? Besides the kryptonite, you have laser vision, super strength, X-ray vision, ice breath, and who wouldn't want to fly? That is just cool. Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen, Lex Luthor. I mean, Superman is so iconic, and he is Americana itself. However, number 1 is Batman. Batman is my favorite superhero. I am a Batman fanatic. I'm a Bat fan, and I have to say, what I love the most about Batman, yeah, he's kind of a bit of a sociopath. He's psychotic in many ways. He has trauma. But what I love about Batman is that he is just a man without any superpowers. He has gadgets, he has resources, but he also trained himself physically and mentally, and he shows us that anything can be possible if we try hard enough, if we work towards bettering ourselves each and every day. And that's what I love the most about the character, a grounded individual who can get hurt, who bleeds, who gets knocked down by life again and again, but still gets up, still fights forward. That is just so inspirational, and Batman is my favorite superhero, He is vengeance, he is the night, he is Batman, a silent guardian, a watchful protector, the Dark Knight, the Caped Crusader himself. Anyway, that's my top 10 favorite DC Comics superheroes. Feel free to let me know your favorite DC Comics superheroes down in the comments below. Feel free to subscribe for more videos and check out these videos for more content. You can follow me at Fred Film Fanatic on Instagram and the Stardust app. Remember, not all heroes wear capes. Some wear a mask. Stay safe and stay healthy. Till next time, everyone.